Chair, can I thank the member for the collegiate way she's worked on this issue, supporting TfL and City Hall. Every death and serious injury on London's roads is devastating, resulting in heartbreak and suffering for victims and their loved ones. That's why we introduced London's Vision Zero strategy, which aims to eliminate deaths and serious injuries on our roads by 2041. I'm pleased that by working with London boroughs and the Met Police Service, Transport for London has made significant progress, with both deaths and serious injuries in London falling faster than the national average. In 2022, compared to the 2005-2009 baseline, the number of people killed in collisions in London reduced by 52% overall, and by 65% for collisions involved in London buses. There was a 38% reduction in the number of deaths and serious injuries overall, with the number of children killed or seriously injured falling by 63%. But of course, further action is needed, as every injury and death is a tragedy. Last month, TfL hosted a Vision Zero summit to mark 5 years of Vision Zero in London. It was an opportunity to review progress and discuss opportunities to go further. Making our streets safer is one of the most important things we can do. TfL with the boroughs has increased fivefold the size of the cycleway network since 2016 to reach over 350 kilometres in 2023. We've also improved 44 dangerous junctions, supported the delivery of over 500 school streets and lowered speeds across the capital. More than 142 kilometres of TfL roads now have a 20 miles per hour speed limit. Since we introduced London's pioneering direct vision standard for trucks, we've seen the number of fatal collisions where vision was a contributing factor reduced by half between 2018 and 2021, with provisional data indicating a continued fall from 21 to 23. The standards are set to tighten further in 2024, which will further improve safety on our streets. Supporting those impacted by collisions is also crucial. I'm pleased that a new victim support service pilot has recently been launched involving TfL, MOPAC, police services, brake and road peace. This will significantly enhance support for victims affected by the most serious road traffic collisions in London and those experiencing bereavement. Referral will be made by police services, removing the onus on victims to seek support, and this will complement the Sarah Hope line.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And after you and I discussed the tragic case of Mandy Garner's daughter Anisha in November last year and the lack of support available for victims of road collisions, I met with Will Norman and some of the campaigners to discuss the support these road collision victims need. And I'm really glad that you have clearly listened to their calls for support. The one-year pilot announced last month of enhanced support for victims of traffic collisions is incredibly welcome, and I look forward to seeing how that work develops. But the other thing that was particularly welcome was that the Met Police were so actively involved in the Vision Zero Summit. Now, this is a huge change from June 2021, when the Deputy Mayor for Police and Crime said to me at a PCC meeting that Vision Zero oversight and delivery is, and I quote, very much with TfL and the Deputy Mayor for Transport. So it's really good to see the Met stepping into that Vision Zero space. Now, do you agree that the Met needs the same clarity of purpose about reducing road danger that TfL has brought, for example, to reducing air pollution?
It's really important to be joined up, and one of the dangers of structures is they work in silos. And we need to remind them to work horizontally as well as silos. So the good news is that MOPAC is contributing £100,000 towards the pilot. TfL's contributing £200,000. So that shows evidence of support, but also just to reassure you that the service is delivered by, yes, brake and road peace, but they're working really closely with the Met Police Service and the City of London Police for obvious reasons that you'll appreciate, supported by our funding. So that hopefully will lead to a change in thinking. I think working together and having empathy leads to a change in thinking, and we think we've got there now.
Certainly, it definitely feels like a step in the right direction. So while preparing for today, I was trying to check the number of officers in the Road Transport Policing Command. And looking back at MQ answers, I saw in January 2019 there were 2,000 officers. March 2023 there were just 1,600. And now the TfL website says there's 2,300. Now, I suspect this is probably related to different officers coming from different bits of funding or something, but I wonder if you could write to me just to clarify how the numbers have changed since 2016, the current strength of police officers and also the target number of police officers working in this space.
Chair, I'm happy to do that.
Thank you very much. And finally, I wrote to you in July after we spoke at the Transport Plenary, and I had there were about 5 questions, and I'm actually still waiting for a response, and I wondered if I could just nudge you to get that response back to me, please.
Can I in return apologise? That shouldn't happen. Let me follow that up.
Thank you very much. That's all for me.